Audio, is it audible now? Am I audible now? Can you guys hear me now? Please confirm me now. Now, can you hear me now? The mic was off. I realized late. Oh yeah, I would have talked from the beginning. But now you can hear me, no? Fantastic. A very good evening to all of you people and welcome to this beautiful session on bank reconciliation statement. Happy Republic Day to all of you people, and democratizing education. Unacademy is pushing the education deeper and deeper and making it available to learner from every nook and corner of the country. One such initiative is this beautiful YouTube channel of Unacademy Chartered English. So I am CA Rajavardhan. I am from the team of Yeshas Academy, and I'll be handling today and tomorrow's session at 4:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. on the topic of bank reconciliation statement. Yeah. So before we get going any further ahead with this topic, if you have to learn mainstream from us, you can learn from us in our batch Step Up with Yeshas. So this is 100% English comprehensive batch that is running for May 2022 examination. The batch started on December 22nd, not too many days, it's just a month, 30 days of class, you can definitely cope it up. But let me tell you the brighter part, not even a single class of accounts has been conducted till date. Accounts is completely pending and I would be starting account syllabus in the month of February. So we would have very good amount of like 180 plus hours of accounts classes wherein we will comprehensively cover every topic of accounts. I will be handling your accounts paper. So if you get to join this batch, you get to learn from me. I'll teach you entire accounting paper, principles and practice of accounting. Yes, and Anil Mishra sir will be handling your math, stats and logical reasoning. Shandar Ahmed sir will help you with economics and BCK. Nitika Bachawat ma'am will help you with law and Pooja Chatwani ma'am will help you with BCR. The advantage of taking up Unacademy subscription and then joining our batch is for an obvious fact that you get to see live interactive classes. You get our live interactive classes, and if in case you miss any of the class, or like in this case when you join a little late, you get to see the entire classes that has happened till date in the recorded backup format that's available on Unacademy, which can be seen at 1 speed, 1.25, 1.5 or sorry 1.75 or 2x speed, yeah, like this, and any number of times. There's no capping on number of times. And then one subscription will give access to every educator's profile, and you can see the same subject from different educators. And the material that we use in our Step Up with Yeshas batch is going to be 100% comprehensive and in line with ICAI material. And you can ask us doubts like the way you do by raising your hand and then talking out to me, or you can even send in a picture of your answers to the extent you have solved, a screenshot to me, and then I can continue solving from where you left. So you also get to take up mock tests at regular intervals to test your preparation. So what are you waiting for? Take up Unacademy subscription today by downloading the Unacademy application. And when you do, in order to start watching any of our free classes on Unacademy platform, or when you're taking up subscription, use the code YESHAS, which is YESHAS, to get 10% off on the price that you see. And the subscription details are pretty simple. To take up a 3-month subscription, it would cost you 10,900. A 6-month subscription would cost you 12,500. And a 12-month subscription would cost you 16,900, and a 24-month subscription comes at 21,500. And that's not yet done. We have a beautiful offer running for this Republic Day, which is there since yesterday, 25, 26, 27. So today or tomorrow, if you take up any subscription and if you use the code YESHAS, which is YESHAS, then you get 6 months additional subscription time when you take up a 12-month subscription, meaning you pay for 12-month subscription, you get 18 months of watch time, you take 24-month subscription and you get 30 months of subscription. So use this offer to the core and then take up your subscription today or tomorrow, and don't forget to use the code YESHAS, which is YESHAS. And you also know that iconic program has been launched by Unacademy, which gives you great advantage of availing the features like you can get live mentoring, you can get your tests evaluated, you get a physical copy of your material, and you get to be part of a Discord, NOR discussion channel, and industrial experts will take your sessions. Yeah. Oh, Naveen is asking why suddenly a session. Like, yeah, the topic has to be taught to a lot of people who are not attending your regular batch. Yeah. So that's the greatest advantage of Unacademy. You can follow my profile on Unacademy so that you can watch my special class free. After these 2 sessions on BRS that I am doing today and tomorrow, I will conduct few practice sessions on the topic of BRS after tomorrow, and you can join them and watch them live for free on Unacademy platform To do that, you need to download the application and then follow me on Unacademy. You have the advantages of raising the hand, talking to me and sharing your screenshot and then letting me continue from where you left on Unacademy, unlike YouTube. So waiting to see you all on the Unacademy platform and following us and then taking up our subscription to watch our mainstream classes. So without wasting much time, come on, let's quickly get into the topic for today. And in today's session, we are discussing the chapter of bank reconciliation statement. You can say kind of few students like this, few students don't like this, few students find it the most easiest chapter, few students believe this chapter to be completely format based and they mug up the entire format to do the chapter. But we are trying to learn this chapter in a very practical and in logical manner so that you don't have to follow any format or you don't have to mug up any rules for the exam when it comes to this topic. Are you all ready? Video is getting stuck. I hope it will become better now. Does it? Fantastic. Now, to start with, a big question that all of us need to ask whenever we start reading any topic for the matter, not just BRS, is what exactly is this topic about? So is the question that we're asking ourselves now. What is bank reconciliation statement? The answer lies in the question only. If the question is what is bank reconciliation statement, the answer is in the question. If you closely observe the word bank reconciliation statement, then have a look at the color of the text. Isn't it everything red in color? Isn't everything black in color? Now after I ask this question, what is BRS? Observe that name BRS. It turns into green, isn't it? So the word statement is the answer. So if the question is what is bank reconciliation statement, the answer is it's a statement, guys. It is a statement. I would say so, sir, as if we didn't know that it's a statement. You didn't know. I'm not saying that you didn't know that it is a statement. You might have been aware of the fact that it is a statement, but did we give it enough attention and time to understand that it is a statement and not an account? Come on, let us start the discussion. The answer is pretty simple. Bank reconciliation statement is a statement and it is not an account. So that is the seed that will push us to ask the next question. So you might have to think a little and then say, oh, so it's a statement, it is not an account. If it is not an account, then why are we reading it as a part of our CA foundation principles and practice of accounting? If it is not an account, then why is it part of chartered accountancy syllabus, which is about accounting? So that is the primary question that you need to ask. If it is not an account, then the question that you can ask is, then if it is not an account and if it is just a statement, then why are we going to prepare the same? The answer is pretty simple. So to answer that, first you need to ask the question, why is BRS prepared? Anyone in the viewers who wants to answer, participate, you guys can definitely answer. I'll be very eager to take your answer. Why is BRS prepared? Anyone with the answer? Why do we prepare BRS? Harsha, Naveen, Alamin, Naveen, Prashant, anyone with the answer? Why do you call this? So why do you prepare this bank reconciliation statement? Okay, let me answer myself. Okay, yeah, the answer is pretty simple, guys. To reconcile. Have a look at the second word in the name. What is the name? Bank reconciliation statement. So it is a statement used to reconcile. It is for the purpose of reconciliation, to reconcile. Now, what is the grammatical meaning of the word reconciliation? See, the grammatical meaning of the word reconciliation goes like this. Assume that you are walking on the street and you see two of them fighting. So what do? You sit with a chair and then like, oh wow, beautifully they fight. No, you don't enjoy the fight. Assume that you are a responsible citizen. You just go to them and then ask, okay, hello friends, why are you fighting? Don't you ask them? No, the scenario is very different. Like if you ask them, they start hitting you, but that's a different thing. But okay, fine. You do ask. No, why do you ask as to why are they fighting? To reconcile. To reconcile things between them. Meaning, reconcile's grammatical meaning here is to know the reason for differences. You want to know why are they fighting. You say, guys, why are you fighting? You ask them. Correct, isn't it? So in the class also this happens. Randomly two students start fighting and then quarreling. He tells something, he tells something. Then I do ask, guys, please relax. This is, sir, we are not fighting, sir. Healthy argument. Healthy argument, okay, but classroom is not the place. Tell me, what did you tell? What did you tell? Why are you fighting? Yeah, so we understand to reconcile. The word reconcile means to know the reason for difference. To know the reason for difference. Now, what will you do knowing the reason for difference? Two of them are fighting. You are trying to know the reason for their difference of opinion. Reason for them fighting. Why do you want to know the reason for them fighting? Yeah. No, you want to know the reason for difference between both of them, because one of them might be wrong, one of them might be right. Your intention is pretty simple. Try to identify what created the fight and then tell them, no, 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 this is your mistake. Okay, your mistake. You correct this. And you also. This what you did is your mistake also. You also correct. Both of you now shake hands, hug each other, no go. So you are trying to reconcile the differences between them. So differences are reconciled so that to see, are these any of the differences errors or mistakes. If there is any errors or mistakes, then they have to be rectified. That is the objective. Now, in business or in BRSP, we don't actually see two people fighting literally. But there are two things which are having difference between each other. What are they? That is balance between cash book and balance between passbook. Balance as per passbook and cash book are not matching. They are not the same. There is difference between both of them. Now you are trying to identify the reason why there is difference. And whenever there is difference between them, you are trying to identify, are there any errors in those differences between them. If there are any errors in those differences between them, then you would have to rectify the errors, whatever has been identified. Do you guys get that? Yeah. So quite obvious, isn't it? Whenever you use the word difference, it is identifying difference between two objects. Yeah. So we try to identify difference here. We try to identify difference here between two items. What are the two items that we are trying to identify difference between? We are trying to identify the difference between balance as per cash book and balance as per passbook. Let me repeat. We are trying to identify the difference between balance as per cash book and balance as per passbook. This cash book is a book prepared by the account holder. Now, I have an account with SBI Bank. I have an account in Karnataka Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank, Yes Bank, Axis Bank. Whichever bank you have an account with, you include it in your cash book. No, one more column that you put, triple column cash book, mein, cash column with bank column. So that bank column represents my bank account, or I can prepare a separate bank ledger all by itself. So when I prepare that cash column, cash book with bank column, that is what we refer to when I say cash book here. So to understand how much money is there in my bank balance, what is the receipts, what is the payments, how much is the bank charges, yeah, everything. To know all of this and to keep a track of all of this, I maintain a record. The record that I maintain personally is nothing but cash book. The record that I maintain is cash book. Similarly, banker also needs to keep a track as to how much money does he have of mine with him, how much interest does he have to give, how much charges does he have to charge, how many checks has he cleared, how many checks has he received. All of this he also needs to keep a track of, isn't it? So he prepares a book called as passbook, and whatever he prepares, if I take a copy of it in the form of a statement or in that book, you take it to the bank and then say, uncle, passbook print please, you give, and then they push it to the printer and then it comes from the other side. So that is passbook. It is an extract of the bank account the way it appears in the banker's books. How it appears in the banker's books, no? You take a copy of it in a small book and then it's given to you, the account holder, that is passbook. So this passbook and cash book might not be same. Meaning the balance in the passbook, the balance in the cash book might be mismatching for whatever reason. In this bank reconciliation statement, we'll focus and then identify what are the reasons for differences, with an ultimate objective of knowing if there are any errors in those differences and rectifying the same. You get this? So this chapter always need to be read after rectification of errors. You need to know how to rectify to do BRS. A lot of them usually start with the chapter of BRS. But my friends, what we are doing in BRS is reconciling with an objective of identifying the errors and rectifying them. You get what I'm trying to tell? We do in rectification as well, but some errors might not be identified during the rectification process. These errors might be identified exclusively during the process of comparison of cash book with passbook. Got this? Fantastic. So as I mentioned, this is a concept where we find difference between cash book and passbook. Cash book, whenever the word we use, we are referring to the bank column of cash book, and whenever we use the word passbook, we are referring to a copy of transactions as it would appear in the banker's book. Clear everyone? Is passbook mandatory nowadays? Okay, Naveen, whenever we use this concept of BRS, we refer to the word passbook. Passbook is that book that they used to give in the age old times. Now, a lot of times when the transaction is completely online, running through UPI and NEFT, and like checks are only hardly used, no? Passbook concept is little outdated. So in this case, what happens is you get the bank statement in the form of soft copy by mail, or you can download it in the mobile application, or you can download it from the web. You get that? Some few banks to give an option to download the bank statement on WhatsApp also. Do you agree with me? Yes. So we mean account statement, bank statement. See, that's the reason when I put in there, I put passbook, and behind that, if you see, I put a small image of bank statement also. So a lot of times we might use bank statement in the place of passbook. Did that answer your question, Prashant? I hope it did. Yeah, fantastic. Let me go a further little ahead. Now we've been running around and then using this word difference. Yes or no? We've been using this word difference. Now my question is, what exactly do we mean when we use this word difference? How exactly does it create any impact? Like, what is this difference between passbook and cash book? I'll give you several scenarios and then several examples to understand what exactly do we mean when we say or when we use the word difference between passbook and cash book. Can I? Okay. Now, the first difference. Now, whenever a businessman starts doing business, now assume that I start doing business, what do I do? The best possible thing is maybe manufacturing or maybe trading. Yeah. If it is manufacturing, what I would do is I buy raw material, convert them into finished goods and then sell. Or if I am doing trading, I buy finished goods, I sell finished goods. Either of the cases I need to purchase. I hope you agree. So I bought goods from a supplier, and when I bought them, I need to give you money. So all my money is in the bank. When I started my business, all my capital I kept it in the bank. I opened a bank account and kept it there. So what do? I write a check, tear the check, and then hand it over to that supplier. I write a check, I tear the check and hand it over to my supplier. When I write a check, tear it and hand it over to my supplier, what exactly is a transaction? It is purchase of goods on credit. Simple. Sorry, purchase of goods by issue of check, not on credit. Purchase of goods by issue of check. For this transaction, the journal entry that I would pass will be purchase account debit to bank account. Do you agree with me? That I write the entry purchase account debit to bank account because I have issued a check. I cannot write purchase to cash because I have not given cash. It would decrease my bank balance. I'm sorry, I have a little cough and then throat itchiness. I have just recovered from a fever last week because I didn't take any rest after that and I have classes continuously. The cough, cold and then itchy throat will continue for a quite long time for a teacher. Only another teacher would understand this. Okay. So whenever I issued a check, I write the entry purchase to bank. All of you are agreeing with the same. So when I write purchase account debit to bank, with the crediting of the bank, my bank balance has decreased. My bank balance has decreased. Where? In my cash book. I prepare cash book. In my cash book, I'll write by purchases in the bank column and then I would write down because of which my balance as per cash book has gone down. Now just imagine my banker SBI is there. Would SBI get a dream that okay fine, Rajavardhan is doing business and Rajavardhan has issued a check because of which I need to decrease his balance? Will my banker get a dream that he has to decrease it? No, definitely not. Correct or not? Yeah. So banker would not get a dream that I issued a check. When will the banker write an entry? Banker would write an entry when the person to whom I have issued check, no, my supplier, he takes the check to his bank and then deposits in the bank in which he has account. Just imagine, maybe he has an account with Punjab National Bank. Yeah, he deposits the check with Punjab National Bank. Punjab National Bank sends the check to SBI. That's when SBI passes an entry, deducts the money from my bank account, transfers it to the Punjab National Bank account of my supplier. Till the time my customer doesn't go to PNB or till the time my customer's bank doesn't go to SBI, SBI will not pass any entry. If the SBI has not passed any entry, the bank balance as per my bank has not decreased. But I have already decreased it because I have issued the check. So what has happened here is balance as per cash book has decreased, but balance as per passbook has not decreased. Balance as per cash book where I made the entry has decreased, but the balance as per passbook where the banker has to make the entry has not decreased. So cash book balance has decreased. This is P for passbook, C for cash book. Sounds funny, but that's how it is. Yeah. So the cash book has come down, the passbook has not. So is there a difference? Yes, there is a definite difference. And this, my friends, is the first reason for difference. What is this? This is checks issued but not deposited by my supplier obviously, or checks issued and it has been deposited by my supplier but the checks have not yet been cleared. Got this? Kyun hota hai? Please explain. Closing stock, debit, trading account. Pranay, closing stock is debited in the trading account. Closing stock is written on the credit of the trading account. Yeah, that is to show the closing stock at a value because so much of stock is not sold. If you don't write that closing stock, you wouldn't get the correct profit. Because whatever is purchased is not sold. If purchase is equal to sales, purchase at cost, sales at selling price, then you can get GP. If that is not equal, then there has to be some unsold stock, no? Just that COGS formula at the end of the day. I would take it up in detail in some other class, but right now we are discussing DRS. I hope I answered your question to the point, but in detail I would not be able to answer right now, Pranay, for an obvious fact that we are discussing altogether a separate topic. I hope you don't mind, Pranay. If you do want me to take up a session on the same, yeah, please drop in a message, follow me on Telegram, it's the same name, CA Rajavardhan or Accounts Man. If you search, you will end up getting my profile. You drop a message on the topic suggestion as to which topic do you want me to take the session in the future. I would definitely take up a session on that, Pranay. Yeah, so the first reason for difference is checks issued but not deposited, or checks issued and deposited but not cleared, because of which my cash book balance has decreased and my passbook balance has not. Okay, this is done. You guys have understood. With the check that I have received, so with the goods that I have received from my supplier, I would either process them and then sell them or sell them straight away. Okay, Saurav, the link to my profile is available in the description. You can click on that. You get to see all of my past videos on Unacademy by following that link. Yeah, got it, Saurav? Yeah. Yeah. What was I discussing? I was discussing the topic of, yeah, what will I do with these goods? I will end up selling these goods. So when I sell these goods to my customer, I bought it from my supplier, I will sell it to my, customer. When I sell the goods to my customer has to pay me money. What would he do? Even he would write a check and then give it to me. When I write a check to my supplier, he would also write a check to me. When my customer writes a check to me and I receive a check, it is sale of goods on receipt of check. Now what is the journal entry that I would write? I would write the journal entry bank account debit to sales account. Do you guys agree with me that I will write the journal entry bank account debit to sales? Obviously, no matter who writes the entry has to be bank to sales. When I write the entry bank account debit to sales, my bank balance has increased. Where? I write this entry in my cash book. My bank balance as per cash book has increased. But my bank SBI doesn't know that I have received a check. Why? I have to tell. There is no telepathy. I would have to tell. I would have to take this check, send it to the bank or deposit it to the bank, or write a challan and then drop it in the drop box so that SBI will clear the check and my bank balance will increase. If I have not deposited the check, or if I put it in the drop box and the clearance is tomorrow, today being Republic Day, yeah, if the check doesn't get cleared immediately, then till the time the check gets cleared, the balance in the passbook won't increase. So the balance as per cash book has increased, balance as per passbook has not increased. Balance as per cash book has increased, balance as per passbook has not increased. And obviously there is a difference. Why? The check is recorded in cash book, the check is not recorded in passbook. The reason is check received has not been deposited, or check received has been deposited but it is not cleared. Check received has not been deposited, or check received has been deposited but not cleared. Do you guys get this? So this is another reason for difference. Now once these two reasons are done, will it be the case? No, now I have become a very busy businessman. I buy goods by making a call, I sell goods by making a call. So I am very busy, I am so busy that I can't collect check from my customer. My customer will wait for some time or not. Then after that my customer sees okay fine, I am so busy that I cannot collect the check. So my customer understands my busyness and then he goes and deposits the money directly in the bank account without disturbing me. What does he do? Without disturbing me, my customer walks into the bank where I have the account, SBI. He deposits the money, tells my name and tells my account number. When this is done by my customer, bank balance according to the banker in my passbook will increase. In my passbook, the bank balance has increased because SBI has received money in my name. But I have not been told anything by my customer. My customer didn't tell me anything. So I don't know and I have not passed any entry in my cash book. My banker has already increased my bank balance as per passbook. Don't you think so? My balance as per cash book and passbook is not matching here. And there's an obvious difference. Correct or not? Yes or no? So there is an obvious reason for difference between my balance as per cash book and passbook, because my customer has directly deposited the money into the bank, because of which my passbook balance has increased and my cash book balance has not. This, my friends, is the third reason for difference, that is directly deposited. What is it? Direct deposit by customer into my bank account. I hope everyone understood this. Yep. I can I now move on to the next point? Yeah, the next reason for difference. Now whenever I do all of this, like let us say ask my customer directly to pay to my bank, the reason why I'm doing this is I'm quite busy, I'm quite occupied with lot of other things, like I want to do business, I want to reach out to new customers, do new trend of marketing, or do some research and development in coming out with a new product or something of that sort. When I'm busy with all of this, I can't take care of normal things like paying my property tax, paying my insurance paying my insurance premium on time, and then paying my telephone bill, internet bill. I can't do all of this, man. All of these are taking too much time. So I'll go to my banker and say, hey banker, can you please pay my insurance bill, man? Like I'll ask them to send the bill to you every month, you pay it. Same with my internet bill, and pay my property tax, pay my telephone, internet, electricity bill, water bill, rent. I will give complete instructions. I'll go to bank, stand there and then give instructions. How much insurance premium to be paid annually, how much property tax to be paid annually, how much of what is the electricity bill number, water bill number, water meter number, and the electricity meter number and mobile number, and then customer ID for internet and everything. And banker would automatically pay. Why? All the bills will be directed to bank. Bank will get the bill and bank will pay those bills on my behalf. Obviously from my balance. Bank will not pay from its own pocket. From my balance they use it and then pay. When banker makes these kind of payments, what happens is my bank balance as per passbook comes down because banker is paying from my own money. However, I have not entered them in my cash book. If I had the time to pay, I would have entered in cash book. I didn't have time to remember what payments are to be made, and I asked my bank to pay it on my behalf. So I obviously didn't write any entry in my cash book. I didn't write any entry. So these payments have been made, because of which balance as per passbook has decreased and balance as per cash book has not decreased. Balance as per passbook has decreased and balance as per cash book has not decreased. Don't you see this as an obvious difference? The answer is yes, this is a difference. So balance as per passbook has decreased and balance as per cash book has not decreased, and this, my friends, is the reason for difference. So what is this? This is payments made by banker on behalf of the account holder based on the standing instructions given by the account holder. Payments made by the banker on behalf of the account holder based on the standing instructions given by the account holder. This, my friends, is the reason for difference. I hope everyone's clear till here so far. Yes. Can I go to the next reason for difference? Okay. Fourth reason for difference done. Now let's do fifth reason for difference. Now, though like I asked my bank to make payments on my behalf, I can also ask my bank to collect money on my behalf. I can also ask my bank to collect money on my behalf. Like I can say banker, hey banker, I have shares in this company. When they issue dividend, will you collect it? I also have some corporate deposits there in that company. Whenever the money matures, will you collect it? I have some mutual funds kept here. Can you collect the money at the end of maturity? Can you redeem them at the end of 2 years? I can ask, right? I can ask the banker to collect money also on my behalf. Dividend, interest, yeah, or any of these things. So banker would agree and then do these. When banker agrees to it and then collects the money on my behalf, my balance as per passbook would have gone up because banker collected it on my behalf. However, my balance as per cash book is not increased. Why? There is no increase in the balance as per cash book. I didn't enter it in my cash book, isn't it? So balance as per passbook has increased, balance as per cash book has not increased. Where are we making changes? Cash book would have to increase. So there is a difference, no? Obvious difference. Yes? So that's the fifth reason for difference. That is receipts collected by banker on standing instructions given to him. Very good. Now whenever banker does all this, banker clears the check that I have issued, banker collects the money for the check I have deposited, banker makes the payments on my behalf on standing instruction, banker collects the money on my behalf of all these receipts. Why would a banker do all of this? Is the banker so jobless? No, this is the job of a banker, giving services to the account holder, and banker doesn't do it free. Banker doesn't do it free. What does a banker do? Banker collects charges for all of these transactions. Banker collects charges for all of these transactions. And whenever the banker charges transaction charges, bank charges, would he come to me, they knock and then he say one knock joke and then he opens the door and then he says, hi account holder, I have given you services of clearing the check, I have given you services of payment for a check, I have given you services of collecting money on your behalf, I have given you transactions of payment of money on your behalf, I want to charge 300 rupees as bank charges. Can I charge? Will the banker seek your permission to do the same? Will the banker come up to you, seek your permission and then do it? Definitely no. Banker straight away deducts the money on your behalf from your account balance. Whenever the banker does this, your balance as per passbook would decrease. Whenever the banker deducts money from your bank balance as per passbook would decrease, and your bank balance as per cash book would not decrease. Let me repeat, your bank balance as per cash book would not decrease for an obvious reason. Balance as per passbook has gone down, balance as per cash book has not gone down. What do you think we'll do? Balance as per passbook has gone down, balance as per cash book has not gone down. You would have to make some changes, no? Obviously, why? There is difference. There is a difference. So bank charges recorded in passbook only is another reason for difference between passbook and cash book. Come on, let's see. The sixth reason for difference. You're getting 6 months free if you take up 12 months and 24 months subscription on today 26th of January and tomorrow 27th of January. I hope you remember that. Yeah, taking a 12 month subscription will make it 18 and taking a 24 month subscription will make it 30. Provided you use the code Yeshas when you take up any subscription for 12 months or more. Today and tomorrow, this is the Republic Day offer by Unacademy team. Okay, fine. Sir, beach may also telling, yeah, I just want you to take the maximum advantage. See, if you take on any other day, you pay for 12, you get 12. Today you pay 12, get 18. So use that wisely. So what is the sixth reason for difference? Bank charges recorded in passbook only. Yeah. Then after this, so you would have also kept money with the bank, no? Till the time you don't pay the monies with the bank, banker can use it to lend it, to invest it somewhere. Banker will do some money out of it. Am I right? So there is section 5B of Banking Regulation Act 1949, which basically tells that banker's objective is to accept deposits and then either invest it or lend it, which has to be later returned by way of a check, demand or otherwise by the account holder. We were discussing banking financial statements chapter in the morning. So I remember it from there. Yeah, so this bank, when they use their users money for so long, and they should keep us interested, no, to keep our money with them. So what does the bank do to keep us interested in them? What do you think the bank will do to keep us interested in them? The thing that the bank will do to keep us interested in them is by giving us interest. Banks offer attractive rate of interest. No, one bank will tell, we'll give you 5% interest, and then say no, 5.25. One may know 6%. Yeah, there are few banks which offer 6.25% also interest today on the money exceeding 1 lakh rupees. They say that though. Okay, you are aware of that. So bankers provide you interest. Bankers provide you good amount of interest, like motivating you to invest the money in them. So whenever the bank gives interest or bank allows interest, do you really think bank will come up to you, knock on the door, you'll open the door, bank will say, surprise, you got interest, congratulations. So they don't do that. They don't do that. Banker will not come take your permission and then give you interest and then like honor, you know. Money will be straight away deposited in your passbook balance, and your balances per passbook will increase whenever they give interest. You are not even aware of it that you didn't make any entry in your cash book. So balance as per passbook would increase, but balance has not increased in the cash book because whenever banks gives an interest, they don't seek your permission to do that. You are not aware of the same. And this is another beautiful reason why there can be difference between balance as per cash book and passbook. So what is the reason for difference between balance as per cash book and passbook? That is bank interest credited in passbook only. Bank interest credited in passbook only. Yeah, very good. Then let's go to the eighth one. Shall we go to the eighth one? Now, I am a human being. I can do some errors. Sometimes when I'm about to say remuneration, can I say remuneration? Sometimes I'm going to say debit by mistake. I told credit and I corrected myself. Can this happen? Yeah, all of us can. You guys also can do mistakes. I also can do mistake. Everyone on the planet can do mistake. Why? Human beings. Human beings tend to do mistake. Similarly, what did you do? You made a mistake. You actually received rupees 1000 worth check. When you entered in your cash book by mistake, instead of writing 1000, you wrote 10,000. These types of errors are possible. Now, if you write check received of 1000, cash book would increase by 1000. If you write check received of 10,000, cash book would increase by 10,000. Am I right? And passbook also would increase by 1000 when you write check received of 1000. So cash book, passbook both will match only when you write the transaction correctly. But what have you done? You have entered the transaction wrongly, because of which cash book has been wrongly increased to 10, whereas the passbook is increased only by 1. There is difference for 9. So errors in the cash book can also be a beautiful reason for difference. Like you entered the amount wrongly, or you received cash. You should write in cash column. By mistake, you wrote in bank column. Or you received money, but you wrote it as a payment. When you write receipt as a payment, when you write cash received as bank receipt, or when you write wrong amount, errors of commission, omission, compensating errors, all these are possible. Because of all these errors, cash book would change and passbook would not. There can be difference. And if cash book में errors is possible, passbook also errors are possible. Bank also can do mistakes at times. Yeah. So if the banker has done mistakes, again there will be difference in the passbook, but same would not be reflected in the cash book. So that's another beautiful reason for difference. There is increase or decrease in the passbook, but it's not affected in the cash book. So this is another reason for difference, and these are all the reasons for differences. So because of all of these differences, the balances per passbook and cash book might not match. Everyone got this? I hope you guys are clear till here with whatever we have discussed. Okay, come on, let's go next and then discuss one more question as to when is BRS prepared. Now we know that few things are prepared annually, few are prepared monthly. Now when is BRS prepared? Is BRS prepared annually? Is BRS prepared quarterly? Should it be prepared monthly? Should it be prepared daily? So there is no rule. There is no rule as such as to it has to be prepared after every month. So it is left to the management's discretion. It is left to the management discretion. Usually, management does it at regular intervals depending upon the scale of operations. If it's a very tiny organization, they might do BRS only annually. If it's a little big, they might do monthly. If the organization size is even bigger, they might do reconciliation on daily basis. You got it? So reconciliation can be done at regular intervals depending upon the scale of operations, and it is completely management discretion. However, after saying this, one time pay BRS is mandatory and it's not management discretion. That is when you are about to prepare your financial statements. Just before you prepare your financial statements, it is mandatory for you to prepare BRS. Just before preparation of your financial statements, it is mandatory for you to prepare BRS. You don't have an option. If you are going to prepare financial statements, you have to prepare your BRS as on that date, because your financial statements or balance sheet should be error free. In order to say that it is error free, you need to compare your cash book with passbook and then see if there are any errors. And if in case there are any errors, you take necessary measures and then rectify them. You get this? Because once you prepare your balance sheet and then you go down to next financial period, then you can't repair few errors. They will remain errors. You get that? So before you close your accounts, you have to correct for the errors that has already happened. That is another reason, guys, why we prepare BRS at the end. Done. Then the next question is, which balance is to be shown in balance sheet? Which BRS balance, which bank balance do we show in balance sheet? Do we show the balances per cash book or do we show the balances per passbook? I'll open the comment section for some time, guys. You guys can use the time that you have. Please quickly drop in a comment and then tell me which balance do we show in the BRS? Do we show balances per cash book or do we show balances per passbook? Please type in, participate everyone. Which balance do we show? Do we show balances per cash book or do we show balances per passbook? Yeah. After I answer this question, please remember it. Okay, kacha badam. Badam, kacha badam. Eat this later. Something that you find at your home. And then remember the answer. Because when I ask the question, you guys are not answering. That's maybe because you don't remember. And then if in case you decide to eat this will help you remember for longer time. Now it's trending, no? Badam, kacha badam. Kacha badam. Yeah, remember to eat so that you remember the answer for long. Come on, let's go. So which balance to show? Oh, I think we got few answers. Rashmi is answering as per cash book. Bharat says depends on the question. Oh, Bharat. Very interesting answer. Vittal is here. Hi Vittal, good evening. You joined me too early. Okay guys, fantastic. So it doesn't usually depend upon the question. I'm sorry Bharat, it doesn't depend upon the question. Always the answer is same. Yeah. So which balance is to be shown in balance sheet? The balance. This is like a question. Like it's like someone asking. It's like someone asking you, who's good, Mr. Ram or Mr. Ravan? Like everyone say, no sir, obviously Mr. Ram is good. No, 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 no. So that's again depends on the perspective. No, like we in here we read the story of Ram and then we say Ram is good. But there are people from a different geographical location, like people from Lanka, Sri Lanka, wherein they actually pray to Ravan. They see the story from the perspective of Ravana. They say Ravana is a good man. It is not Ram. It is Ravana is a good man, and they start praying. You get this? So it depends upon the perspective that you see from. You get what I'm trying to? So if you say, sir, passbook is correct. Yeah, passbook is correct. Why? The passbook balance is correct because balance as per passbook is the balance as per banker. According to banker, balance as per passbook is correct. Sir, cash book is correct. Yes, obviously cash book is correct. Why? We prepare cash book, no? So balance as per cash book is correct according to us. So what do we write? See, this is like ultimate correct. Something else. Like if balance as per cash book is correct, it is correct, but is it error free? If it is not error free, make it error free and then correct it. Yeah? Yeah, Vittal is here giving the right answer. Correct, Vittal. Vittal says it's adjusted cash book. Fantastic. That's the right answer. So it is balance as per, not cash book. It is not balance as per passbook. It is a balance as per adjusted cash book. It is a balance as per. No, what is this adjusted cash book? Adjusted cash book is balance as per cash book after making changes. After making changes for non-timing differences. What are non-timing differences? Non-timing differences are all these errors that would have happened in the cash book. So for all of these errors, maybe like error of commission, error of omission, error of compensating. So all of these errors we need to correct. Once we correct all of these errors in our cash book, that's when we arrive at balance as per amended cash book. And this balance as per amended cash book is the balance what we need to take to our balance sheet. Now the question is, what are non-timing differences? That's a beautiful question. Yeah. So there are a lot of differences that do happen in the process of BRS. If the differences get adjusted or it gets sorted over a period of time, just give it some time, and if it gets cleared by time, that's what we call as timing differences. But if in case there are differences which doesn't get cleared by time, if in case there are differences which doesn't get cleared by time, if these differences have to be sorted out only by doing a rectification, these differences are what we call as non-timing differences, meaning differences which are not arising because of time. What is it? Differences which are not arising because of time. Difference between balances per passbook and cash book arising because of a reason other than time. Now, in other words, it's simple. It is errors in cash book. Sir, can you please tell us when do we call it timing difference? When do we call it non-timing difference? That is the next question that you guys should be asking, for which I'll answer, and that will be the last part of today's discussion. Yeah. We'll treat each of a difference and then tell as to whether it is timing difference or not. First one, we had checks issued but not deposited. Now we have issued a check, but this check has been not deposited by our supplier. Now tell me, what is it that I would have to do to get the check cleared? Do I have to sit here and then do some, big prayer to get the check cleared? No, not really. Once the check has been issued, the check will get cleared. Once the check has been issued, check will get cleared. I don't have to do anything special. So check will automatically get cleared. It is not my mistake, it is a timing difference. Why? This has nothing to do with me. I have not done any error. It is clearly timing. It is clearly because of the time that this difference is right. Just a matter of time. My supplier will deposit the check with the bank. My bank balance will automatically decrease, and then the check will get cleared. Got it? Yeah. This is a timing difference. Green flag timing difference. Red flag non-timing difference. Got it? Yeah. Next in case, we do have something called as checks received but not deposited, or checks received and deposited but not cleared. I have received a check, I have kept it in the bank, or I have sent it to the bank tomorrow. So there is no entry that I would have to do. I have not done any error of omission, commission or compensation here, or any error of principal. I have given the check, my banker is taking a little time to get the check cleared from the other person, other bank. So this is again a timing difference. This has nothing to do with me being wrong. So the second one, checks received but not deposited, or checks received and deposited but not cleared, is also a timing difference. Is also a timing difference. Then we have the third one, direct deposit by customer into bank account. Whenever my customer directly walks into the bank and deposits the money on my behalf, in my name, my bank balance as per passbook has increased, but my cash book balance has not increased. This, my friends, is definitely a non-timing difference. Why? I would have to enter the check cash received from my banker in my books. No, I have not entered it in my cash book. Till the time I don't enter, there will always be difference. This doesn't get cured by time. Now check issued, give some time, balance will be sorted. But cash received from the banker, direct deposit, me not entering it will always remain as a difference until and unless I make an entry. So direct deposit by customer into bank account is a non-timing difference for which I have to definitely make an entry. If I don't make the entry, then the difference would not be clear. Got it, everyone? So then we have the fourth one. Fourth one is payment made by banker on standing instructions, not recorded in cash book. My banker has made some payments because I asked him to make, and I have not entered in cash book. When the banker makes these payments, balance as per cash book has not decreased, but the balance as per passbook has decreased. I have to make an entry in my cash book. Till the time I don't enter, there would always be a difference. So this, my friends, is obviously a non-timing difference. Why? It's an error of omission. There are payments made from my own bank balance. If I don't enter in cash book, there would obviously be difference, isn't it? So that's a non-timing difference again. Then we have fifth one, receipts collected by banker on standing instructions. If it is not recorded in cash book, this again is a reason for difference. What has happened here? My banker has collected money on my behalf. My own bank balance has increased in passbook. I have not made entry in cash book. Till the time I don't enter it in my cash book, my bank balance would not match. I have to make an entry. It is my error of omission by not entering it. So this, my friends, is again a red flag. It is an error of omission. This is a non-timing difference. Then we have discussed a couple of things. Bank charges recorded in passbook only. It is recorded in passbook. We have to enter in cash book also. If we don't enter it in cash book, it will be my error. It will be my mistake. Mera hi galti. My mistake only. Everything is my mistake. Yeah. So I would have to enter it. So if I don't enter, the difference would exist. So this is another non-timing difference. After this we get, what is it? Interest credited by banker in passbook only. I would have to enter that interest received in cash book also. If I don't enter that interest, then my balance would not match. So interest received, interest credited by the banker in the passbook, not recorded in the cash book, is again a non-timing difference because it's a clear error of omission. After this we have another difference called errors in cash book. Yeah, whenever we have errors in cash book, if there is any errors in the cash book, that's again non-timing difference. My own errors, I would have to rectify them. So errors in cash book are non-timing differences. If there are errors in passbook, it is timing difference. Why? See, banker has to correct them, not me. I cannot go to the banker and say, hey banker, can I do double entry in your accounting package and then make this correction? Banker will slap me on the face and then ask me to get out. I cannot make rectification in the banker's book and I cannot rectify my books. Why? Error is in banker's book. No, banker will rectify. If the banker has given you any wrong credit, if the banker has wrongly deducted money from your charge, from your bank balance, if any of these has happened, banker will correct it himself. You don't have to do anything. You only have to play the game of waiting. And when you wait, it's timing difference. There's nothing that you would have to do. So I hope you guys understood till here. Fantastic. So this is the discussion with regard to which balance to be shown in balance sheet. And this is the complete introduction to our bank reconciliation statement. I will be very eagerly waiting to see you all tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. here on the same Unacademy Chartered English YouTube channel. What will we do today? What will we do tomorrow? Tomorrow we will take up problems. I will solve couple of problems, example problems as how to deal with the difference, or basically take a big problem and then understand how does your entire BRS system work in the real world. So practical scenario, how does it work? So we're going to do a couple of examples and then understand how does it work. Yeah, would be very eager to see you all tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. here on Unacademy's Chartered English YouTube channel to continue the discussion on this. And I hope you all remember the batch that we have running for our CA Foundation Principles and Practice of Accounting comprehensive batch for May 22 attempt. Accounts has not yet been started. Accounts classes would start in the month of February. Would be very eagerly waiting to see you all in the plus batch called our Step Up with Yeshas batch, yeah, for May 2022 attempt. Take up your Unacademy subscription today and join me live on Unacademy when I take class. See you all soon tomorrow as well as in the coming up classes. Don't forget my name, CA Rajavardhan. The link to my profile is available in the description, and then do follow me on Unacademy for all the updates on the classes that I'll take in the future. And you can join me on Telegram, CA Rajavardhan, or Accountsman is what you should search for. You can drop in any topic request and I'll definitely come back with that topic classes to all of you people. Yep, that's it. Remember, life is not a battle to be struggling, it's a game to be enjoyed. till the time you guys are learning something new or having fun, it's all good. The day you guys either stop learning something new or stop having fun, trust me, you might start struggling because you might be in a battle. So the thumb rule to stay happy is pretty simple. It is to stay in the game. So for one last time on this day, I have just one simple question to all of you people. Are we in the game? And I really hope the answer to the same question is yes, we are in the game. Bye. Take care. Tata. Bye bye. Have a great Republic Day and a great weekend coming up soon.